Hello, my name is SilverDarkPhoenix. This is my unboxing of Eredin Bréacc Glas. I think that's how you say his name. I could be completely wrong. This is the Wild Hunts leader from The Witcher: The Wild Hunt 3, from Dark Horse Deluxe and CD Projekt Red. I keep wanting to say Dark Horse Books or Dark Horse Comics. I can never get Dark Horse Deluxe. It's kind of a weird combination together. On the front of the box you have a window of him, which I'm kind of pissed off with that technically, as you can see, the sword's been taken out. I had to take the sword out because I was concerned because it was loose. Also, I was a bit peed off because there was a big layer of tape, which, if anyone knows, it's kind of upsetting for a person who collects figurines to find that the figurine has a piece of tape on it, because the glue on the tape can actually discolor the actual figurine or the plastic over time. So I was a bit peed off that they did that to the actual sword, and it was quite loose, so the tape actually lost some of its stickiness, so I had to take that out or it would get broken, because it would just be wobbling around in there if I was just trying to move the box a bit. So anyway, he looks impressive, which that's what kind of disappoints me from Ciri's, because Ciri's face looks like she's drunk, while all the other characters look like their character. And I kind of noticed this as well, that like he is posed here on the front of the box, as you can see, he's posed the same on the side of the box with the image. The same image here is the same posture as he is here, which is kind of strange because the only character that doesn't fit the same scenario is Triss. Triss' image on the side is not the same as what she's posed as in the box. So this is kind of strange. All the other characters look like, or kind of look like, what they look like on the side of the box with their image, apart from Triss. So I don't know if there was some kind of mix-up, or they went with a different direction, or they preferred her to look more not like Yennefer's pose, more like her own separate pose. I don't know, maybe there was a difference of opinion there. So on the front you have the Witcher: The Wild Hunt's logo on the front, the top you have the Dark Horse on the bottom, as well as Projekt's Red, as well as his full name, as well as ages 14 and plus, warning choking hazard, so if you're below 14 please don't eat your figurine. And on the side you have the Wolf's Head medallion, which I'm hoping to get the wall-mounted version of this soon. I'm hoping soon, because I really would like to do a box opening of that. Also, on the back you have the other characters in the selection. I do hope they do make other characters as well. I hope they have the foresight to show other characters from the Witcher universe. I hope they have some of the monsters. I'd like to see some of the actual statues of the monsters, even the other two from the actual Wild Hunt. That would be kind of a good collection to start. I hope they do, because I know that Dark Horse Deluxe has done the Game of Thrones characters and all different kinds of figures and stuff from the Game of Thrones universe. I hope they do the same thing from the Witcher universe. I hope they do some of the monsters from the Witcher universe as well, because that would be interesting to see, especially when it comes to the wraiths and stuff. So yeah, on the back you have Geralt of Rivia, you have Ciri, you have Yennefer and Triss. On the side, like I showed you before, is a nice glossy kind of, it's a detailed image of Eredin, as well as the top of the box you have a window, which is kind of pointless. On the bottom you have the choking hazard, as well as the age restriction of no one below the ages of 3 should be bought this figurine. So I'm going to open this up off screen and show you what he looks like without the box. Hello again, this is what he looks like without the box. We have a winner. I mean, Geralt only had like 3 cable ties on him. Triss was the one that had the most, which was 5, and on Ciri I think there was like 4 or 3. This bastard here had 6. He had 1, 2, 3. I think he had another one, 4, 5, 6. One around both his legs, as well as I think it was like one around his midway and one on his, two on his arms, as well as another one on the other arm. He is a lot heavier. He's the heaviest I've seen so far, and I don't think Yennefer is actually going to be heavier than him. He is the heaviest one out of all of them, and he looks really impressive. I mean, the detail on him is impressive. From the armor, it looks just like Sauron. He looks like Sauron right there. He is very impressive. This is also his sword, which I had to take out because I was scared that it might break if I leave it in the box for too long. It slots in his hand like this. So that's what it looks like. He is one of the best looking ones I've seen so far. He is the better looking ones. So yeah, out of, I mean, I kind of rate the figurines I've just seen so far, which is Ciri, Triss, Geralt, and him. So far, I think he is right behind Triss. He is very impressive. The level of detail on him is very impressive. I mean, there's barely any bleeding. This stain here, I think, is meant to be blood. Some of these actual stains on his armor and everything is meant to be blood. So yeah, this is really impressive kind of detail. Even the spinal column here on the armor. This armor kind of reminds me of the armor that was worn by, was it Gary Oldman from Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's the same kind of type. It's red. It's kind of thick layered. His feet are huge. He still has the wolf's head underneath him as well. There's no cloth. It's a lightweight, hollow stand. But he is quite heavy, so he won't be wobbling around it that much. This is a good idea, to dismantle the sword away from the actual character. But they should have done the same thing for most of the other characters as well, especially Ciri. Ciri's sword should have been dismantleable as well. Which I'm kind of disappointed in. But the expression is just like the one on the box. He is quite impressive. He is... I'm quite shocked that these actually like little tassels things do move around. You can actually move these around. But be careful with this sword because it will break and you can easily pull it out. As shown, you have to put it back in. There we go. I mean, if you were keeping this in one place, you weren't thinking about moving or anything like that, you'd actually glue that sword back in. But yeah, the face, if I can show the face properly, it's quite impressive. So that's what he looks like from all different directions. And yeah, he's like the second best looking one out of the lot. Which is kind of strange to say, but I mean, he's not as impressive as Geralt. He's way more impressive than Geralt. So yeah, so at this moment it goes Triss, him, Geralt, and then Ciri, because Ciri, I don't like her drunken face. She doesn't look that much like Ciri. So yeah, this was my unboxing of Elduin. My name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and I'll see you next time.